Hi, good morning. My name Errol Baptiste. I'm independent freelance journalist reporter reporting around on the special housing disrepair news. There's a case study example as breaking news. London Borough of Ealing were involved of finding private landlord over damp and mould have committed severe maladministration over housing disrepair linked to safeguarding. A recent report from the Housing Ombudsman Service revealed shocking details of neglect and incompetence linked to abuse and safeguarding on the health and well-being of the residents from some of the big landlords, including many local authorities and housing association when coming to tackling damp and mold problem. Worst case, London Borough of Ealing excluded the council care duties linked to the housing disrepair on safeguarding since November 2021. London Borough of Ealing inadvertently failed to resolve the concern relating to safeguarding on complaint policy and procedures by excluding the council care duties on the housing disrepair of the resident living in damp and mould property since November 2021. London Borough of Ealing failed to deal with the complaint themselves for 35 months from November 2021 to October the 22nd, 2024. London Borough of Ealing breached safeguarding by causing harm to the resident health and well-being as a tenant related to the health hazards linked to the Magistrate Courts Act 1980, Section 42, and Environmental Protection Act 1990, Section 82, which is prejudicial to health. On this legislative law, London Borough of Ealing failed to deal with the vermin infestation for 32 months under the Prevention of Damage by Pests Act 1949 since June the 15th, 2022, and our law on Social Housing Regulation Act 2023 under Section 42 of Levelling Up on the Housing Disrepair. Another worst case scenario called Severe Maladministration. The Housing Ombudsman made a finding on severe maladministration against London Borough of Ealing, which they did not investigate the resident complaint linked to damp and mold. This includes rats infestation linked to safeguarding by excluding the council care duties connected to the housing disrepair, never consider all relevant information and evidence carefully about the resident vulnerabilities as a disabled tenant, breach the Data Protection Act 2018, Section 45, Section 94, and GDPR 2018 Article 15 since November 2021. London Borough of Ealing breached safeguarding on its council care duties by keeping the resident on unsafe accommodation under the Magistrate Courts Act 1980 and Environmental Protection Act 1990, Section 82, as prejudicial to health since November 2021. The resident, as a tenant, previously reported the housing disrepair to London Borough of Ealing since November 2021, which they totally ignored of the resident health and well-being in reference to damp and mold. This include rats infestation under the Prevention of Damage by Pests Act 1949. London Borough of Ealing involved of victimization of the tenant by breaching his rights are not providing no service, which they are collecting the tenant rent payment. Also, the council were abusive and oppressive by excluding safeguarding in relation on the housing disrepair since November 2021. London Borough of Ealing breached the Council Care Act 2014 linked to the housing disrepair. A severe maladministration also excluded safeguarding for 35 months since November 2021 in this regard.